Hello and welcome back to Pandem Presents. Today we get to speak with Anointed Pause. And the craziest thing is this is my most exciting interview because if y'all had heard me, I don't know, I'm getting a little, I'm talking regular now. Any attention to my past interviews, I always speak about this girl in middle school who opened my eyes to writing, and that if she hadn't had gotten me into writing stories, I probably wouldn't have written my first book. Probably wouldn't have been sitting here writing books. So God is amazing because I can't
Yes,
believe
he is.
this is her.
Hi,
Hi. So, Valerie, please introduce yourself.
my name is Valerie Barthelus. April and I, we went to school together. And like she said, we kind of, I would say, helped each other in writing. And
Mhm.
she wrote some excellent things. And here we are today.
I was, oh my God, I can't, and what people don't know is we just realized that we've been corresponding with each other and didn't know who were until just now before this interview. Like, she's like, wait a minute, April.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah, I was like, you look familiar.
And I was like, I recognized her. We spoke over the phone. We
Yeah,
sent emails back and forth. And it
that is
was
so
today,
awesome.
like she said, we realized we knew each
Yeah,
other.
we know each other. I've been talking about you almost every interview. This is the funny
Oh
part.
man, that's exciting. I can't wait. It's exciting.
That is hilarious. This is like surreal for me. So that is
Me
so cool.
too.
And I'm happy. I'm so because I always said I hope she wrote because I liked what you wrote. You used to write. You used to
Thank
write.
you.
Okay, so you used to write the whole lawyer stuff, but
Yes,
it,
yes.
I loved it. It was so intellectual. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
But it was
you. Thank you.
good. It was
Thank
good. And then so we would go back and forth with each other's stories,
yeah.
kind of feed off of each other. And that's how but that's how endurance came to be.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
thank God. Thank
And look
you.
at you today.
Yes,
Excellent. I'm
thank
proud
you.
of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So that is I'm just in shock. I'm in shock.
Me
And
too.
I want
Definitely.
to laugh my ass off. I can't believe
Definitely. It's full
it's so
circle.
fast. Yeah, yeah. We talked on the phone. Oh my gosh.
Several times, and we didn't even it didn't even click.
It didn't click. It didn't click. And
No.
you're in Florida, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool.
Right.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's so funny. So tell me about your book. We got a lot to talk about.
But we definitely do.
Yes.
My book is called Pitbull Tales. It's
Hmm.
about a young pit bull who is very mischievous and he gets into trouble. And aside from getting into trouble, he also learns lessons along the way. It's a cute and a funny story, and everybody can read it and enjoy it. It'll make you
Oh,
laugh because
yeah.
the stories are actually true.
You're oh, okay.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
My daughter has read the book. She's
Oh,
gonna
how
be
did you like
actually
it?
doing the review for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's gonna do a video review for it. And
Okay.
I'm gonna actually kind of make you'll see. But
Okay.
she loved it. She loved it. She thought
Okay.
it was too cute.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Good.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so wow.
Yeah. Right? It's like I'm like
Wow.
speechless.
I was speechless. I'm like, okay, wait, I need a minute. Hold on. So what else have you written since then? Are you looking into writing anything else?
I am going to do a spin-off of the Pitbull Tales growing up. I've
Okay.
actually started some activity books for
Uh-huh.
Pitbull Tales, like uh Pitbulls with King learning English and math.
Wow,
Um,
okay.
for the young kids.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do one where he has brothers and sisters, just
Oh.
learning lessons so that way that the young kids they can know about manners, but in a different tone.
Yeah.
Using it to just be fun, but still learning.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I
Wow.
did write a couple things, but they were just like online
Mhm.
for online stories and things like that. But I have not written anything as yet. But I am working on something.
Yeah.
Um, I just haven't named it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta talk books. We gotta
Maybe we
talk
can do
books.
a collaboration.
Yes, I was gonna say that. That would be awesome because
Yeah.
I did okay. Something that you had always inspired me because you were always writing about lawyers. Because back then the popular thing was L.A. law. Okay, we aging
Yes,
ourselves,
that is
whatever.
that's true.
L.A.
Yes.
law was the thing. So I in Endurance, there's a character. Her name is I say her name Cressida, but they say that the right way to say her name is Cressida.
Okay.
Whatever. I
Yeah.
say Cressida. She's a
Tomato, I
lawyer.
think, tomato. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a lawyer. At any time I wrote about this character, I thought of you.
Well, here's another spinoff. I
Mhm.
did go to paralegal school. I did graduate, and I am doing paralegal work
What?
and working for the school board. Yes. So yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, you really did have that whole lawyer thing.
That was a passion for me, and I had
Yeah.
to follow it, so I did it. So now that you mentioned it,
Wow.
I was like, might as well let her know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, good because you can help me with the lawyer terms.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
And then you know what? It's like, and I had always liked that. Like when I read we were so you guys we talking like if everybody knows, like everybody was there. We used to write our books
Yes,
in
we did.
notebooks. Yes,
Yes.
we used to write
Oh
it
yeah.
in notebooks by
And
hand.
I still do that.
You still do it? Okay.
Yeah. There's
I get
something about writing by hand is more
yeah.
personal,
Yes.
and I feel like it flows better.
Yes, you're right. You're
You
right.
know,
You're
as
right.
opposed to when you're typing, you're gonna stop, and I just want it to flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you what happened with endurance.
Mhm.
So I stopped writing in high school because just before high school
Okay.
because I felt like I was writing the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
Like I was in a loop. And I
Yeah.
was like, and I realized it's because I don't have no life experience. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. So I don't really have anything.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get enough trouble. So I decided I'm gonna put the book down and I'm gonna get in some trouble, which I probably should have kept the book.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, girl, it was after I put my book down,
Mhm.
I ended up becoming a teen mom. So see, I should have kept my book. I should have stayed
Right,
writing.
right. But now you have a blessing, so
Right. But yeah, I became a teen mom. Um I didn't let me see. I didn't start writing again until I was in my 30s. Like,
I understand that because for
yeah.
a while I had stopped. It was like a writer's block,
Yes.
busy, life got in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I get it. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so
Let's
it
come
is
back.
so crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. So,
This is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, so yeah, at 30 I actually sat down and rewrote it, but you
Mhm.
know, and using what I remembered from what you taught us, from what you taught me, because it was me, you, and Ayana,
Oh,
and
and you know what? And Jocelyn. You remember
oh,
Jocelyn? Yes, yes.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
oh,
I
well,
just remembered her as we were when you said Ayana, I was like,
oh
"Yep," and
yeah,
Jocelyn, yeah.
yeah. I know
Mhm.
Ayana wasn't really her thing. She did it for a
No,
little bit, but it wasn't really her thing.
right. We were very passionate about it.
We were. Yeah, I was like, but you, oh my gosh, you need to write the story that you wrote back then. You need to write that.
I'm trying to get back there. It's a not a struggle,
Hmm.
but life when you work,
Yeah,
and I was in
yeah.
school, just finished my master's,
Oh, congratulations.
and thank you. And it was a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh wow,
so I'm
wow.
trying to get back there.
Yeah, no, you're doing good.
And
You're
then
doing
we
good
can
stuff.
collaborate. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, oh my, I can't believe that this.
It's
And
amazing. I'm happy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy. It's beautiful because this is for the author channel challenge. This is our last interview in the first group. So
Ah,
what an awesome way.
I know to end it, right? All right.
Right?
I'm
Yep.
happy.
Yeah. So you gotta tell me more. So tell me about your writing process. I mean, I feel like
Mhm.
I kind of know already, but everybody I'm talking to you like everybody knows.
Right. Well, I mean, with my writing process, I like to, if it's in the middle of the night
Mhm.
and I feel something, I'll go and I'll write it down, or I'll even type it up in my phone, and then
Mhm.
I'll go back and review it and continue writing. And I'll give myself a deadline so that
Mm.
I can try to, say, okay, I want it done by this day. And I'll get all these different ideas and I'll make sure, to write them
Yeah.
and review them later. So my
Right.
writing process is pretty much write it down, go back and review it, add to it, revise it, and
Yeah.
then set that deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I suck with deadlines. I do.
I'm a deadline girl. I want it done,
You
and
want
like
it
I want it done time. I
right.
like if it's a specific, then I'll try to, not procrastinate on that
Right.
and make sure I execute it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, no, I mean it's good. I like right now I'm revising endurance. And everybody's gonna know this about this because they're gonna hear this about a million times. I'm revising endurance. Uh,
Well, I can't wait to read it.
yeah, because let me see. Do you? It was so many years ago. See,
Mhm.
you're the only one who had the original, who read the original raw version
I
of
remember,
that book. Isn't that crazy?
and it's called that for a reason.
Is it?
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yep.
So,
Remember?
do you remember? You remember how I named the characters horribly? Do you
Yeah,
remember
we
that?
were like, let's revise those
Yeah,
names.
I remember you saying that.
And
But I
you're
was like,
like, no, I like it like that. I'm like, let's
mm.
think about that.
So for
But we
people who
figured
don't
it
know,
out.
yeah,
You
for
were
people who don't
a
know,
little upset, but you were like, okay. I remember that.
so people see people they don't believe me. I wasn't joking. I named my so May. Her name's May now, but
Right.
originally her name was Mycelia, which is
Yes. Oh,
from
yes. I remember. And I was like, I don't
no.
know if we want to
What's wrong
go
with
with
you?
my Celia. And you're like, why? I think it's great. I'm like, no.
No,
Like, we're not doing that. I remember there was like my Celia.
Mycelia, isn't that a fungus?
Yeah, well, she was like, no, but it's fine. I'm like, okay. I remember. Yes.
And then I named his name's Max
Yeah,
now in the book, but he was called Med because on your pencil it says Med.
yeah, I mean the yellow pencils with the erasers. I was like, did we run out of names
Yes.
or I'm not sure.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, I was horrible. I was horrible. Them names I wasn't.
I used to get upset when I used to say, why are we calling these names? No, they're good. I'm like, no, we're gonna
No.
work on that. I remember. Oh man.
Eventually I listened.
Right. I was like, oh, you changed the name. Yeah, I changed it. I'm like, okay, good. Oh
I
yeah.
was I was loving that Med in Basilia.
I know. And I was like, why do we? I said, what are we doing?
Right? What is
That
this?
was still good. So
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
captured, the attention.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. The story was good. It's just the names
Aside
didn't help.
from
Oh, you're going in and out. Hold on.
okay,
Okay, you sound better now.
okay. I think I probably moved or something.
Oh,
No,
okay.
aside from the names, the story was excellent. We just had
Yeah.
to bypass Lee and Med. Like, oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. You know where you go with them names. Yeah, I was terrible at naming characters. Terrible.
Okay, now you've gotten excellent, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, thank you.
Good, thank you.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Hmm.
So, I would really, cause I would love it if you had. I would be buying your book right now. I can't believe we went this whole time talking to each other, corresponding, and never knew.
And had no clue, none.
None.
And you know what? I don't think we would because we lost contact after high school, so we wouldn't have.
Yeah, was when I went to the yeah. So people don't know. I got pregnant young. I got pregnant at 16. Had my first child at 17. And when
Okay.
I got pregnant, I left our high school, which was Coconut Creek,
Yes, we
and
went to next week.
and then I went to the school. It was an alternative school called Pompano Beach,
Oh,
and yeah, it was like a old high school. Like It was built like in the 50s. I don't
Oh,
know. It was so old. It was so that building had to have asbestos in it.
uh, well,
It was
so
old.
ironically,
Yeah.
I work for the school board.
Oh, do you? Oh, how
Hmm.
is that?
Guess where I work?
Don't tell me. Coconut Creek?
The creek. So where I work at is in the ESOL department as a career
Oh
advisor. I
wow.
just
What?
we're in
What?
the portable, but I work
What?
for a technical college, but I'm at Coconut Creek.
Oh wait, so you're working for the Atlantic Vocational? You said
Yeah, and yes, Atlantic Technical. They call it's
yeah,
a,
I went there too.
yeah. What
Yeah,
did
for a
you?
little bit. Yeah, I was taking drafting, architectural drafting. Yeah, because I love drafting, but
Well,
yeah, I didn't finish.
she's like, yeah, that's okay. That's all right.
Back then, y'all understand that the April back then didn't finish a lot of things. I didn't.
Well, you finished this, and this is a
Yeah,
great accomplishment.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm in college now, so I'm a
Okay,
late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer,
all right.
but I'm taking business.
Oh, I just finished my master's in business administration.
Really, that's what I'm going for. I want to get.
Good,
Well, I
good,
kind of want to see if I could get my doctorate. I'm kind of curious.
good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
because I was like, I need a little break. I
yeah,
don't think I'll be going back.
yeah,
My boss did encourage me, so I went, and I'm glad I did because
yeah,
it was a great opportunity. So I'm glad I did.
yeah. That's good. That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm getting to speak to you.
I know, I'm so happy.
Oh my gosh.
You tell
So
my
we got
sisters.
we got to do a collabo. We have to.
Absolutely,
We
absolutely.
have
I
to.
am ready for that,
Yes.
and I would like to venture into new things too, as far as writing.
Mhm.
Things like endurance. Mhm.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
things like that.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes, we could
Mhm.
definitely, definitely. I think that would be I don't know, I guess it'd be like a personal thing, but I think that would be a book I'd be framing up. I
Yeah,
gotta have that sucker.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm with you. I'm on board.
So okay, so we're supposed to be talking about pit bulls,
Oh, yes, yes. Okay. Yes.
changing the narrative. We can be talk
Yes.
about ourselves.
Okay, let's do that. All right.
So what was the passion behind writing this book?
So what happened is I had to put him down in
Mm.
2011, I believe. And
Aw.
that was my healing process. So I
Mhm.
wrote the book in 3 hours.
Wow.
I cried like a baby. My
Um,
mother, my dad, and my sister, they were like, "Oh my gosh."
yeah.
Um, so that was my healing process,
Yeah.
and it helped me get through it. I still get a little sad every now and again, but
Yeah.
that helped me get through it. And just to share his stories and how he was cute and playful, and not how everybody think pit bulls are.
Right.
Yeah, because
Right, because
reputation.
yeah. I mean, I know like pit bulls have a really pit bulls and
Right.
Rottweilers. I have a Rottweiler. Well,
Oh,
he's not really my dog, but yeah. I live with a Rottweiler.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
but she is the thing is I know that I've learned that pit bulls they actually raise them to be kind of like that protect children.
correct. Yes.
And I think a lot of people don't know that. And they raised them they bred them to be big and aggressive like that to scare
Mhm.
off. Because back in those days, I guess parents had to leave their kids alone while they went out to chop
Right.
wood and get food and stuff. So they
Good
had these big
compliment.
old, right?
Right.
I mean, you think about it, they got to protect their kids from not just
Mhm. And
people, but
robbers or what have.
bears,
Yeah.
wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. You need something that could take that on. But they really are loving. They are loving creatures. But I,
I
I
agree.
personally think it depends on the owner too. I think the
Absolutely.
owner has.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, our Rottweiler. She looks mean, but she's not
Well,
mean.
my dog was very protective over me.
Oh,
He loved me because he was still a puppy.
yeah,
So, yes, he was very protective. So
yeah,
everyone knew that they could not mess with me.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's good. I love
But
dogs
he
like
was
that.
still playful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hate to ask this question, but what happened? Why did he have to be put down?
He got sick, and when he got sick, they were like, "Well, you're gonna have to put him down." So I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, is there anything that we can do?" And they were like, "No." So unfortunately, I
mm,
had to put him down. I mean, now
yeah,
it's something that I can talk about now, but
yeah,
before I would be like, "Oh,
yeah. Oh
yeah."
my
But
gosh,
now,
yeah,
it's everything
yeah,
time. So that's why I really wrote it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
And I
see,
did
mhm.
write prior. It was more like actual real pictures and cartoon, and so,
Oh,
this year, I revised it so that
mhm,
it would be more cartoonish and more inviting and more funny and friendly, and this is
yeah.
what I really wanted, so that's why I was ready to put that out.
That was pretty smart because it does. I really like the whole cartoon, the whole
Yeah, yeah,
animation. It looked
yeah.
nice. Yeah, yeah, it looked really really nice. That was a
'Cause
smart
the other
move.
one was more amateur, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And so I was like, "Let me do something that I know I want, that now I can afford because,
mhm,
publishing wise, uh, so that's why I did that
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, wow. In the back of my mind, I'm still thinking. I'm just shocked. I'm
Me
still
too,
shocked.
me too. Mhm.
Oh my gosh. So, um, and you said, and this dog, he was a he, right? He
Yes,
had
mhm, yeah.
sisters and brothers.
Yes, we actually got him when he was a baby, firstborn,
Mhm.
and, out of the litter of my brother's friend, and he
Mhm.
had brothers and sisters, and as they got older, we, gave him the opportunity to play with each other. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and then he would, come home with us and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I had like our Rottweiler, she's
Mhm.
the first. I think she's the first litter
Oh, okay.
out of the pack. And I've heard this, and you can tell me if you've heard this too, if you agree or not.
Uh-huh.
They say that when you're getting dogs, it's good to get the first litter that
Yes.
they're mentally and they're just healthier all around.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
And
okay.
I did he was the first of the litter, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so
he literally fit in the palm of my hand when we got him.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that, then they're less likely to be, you know, I know like Dalmatians, for example, have
Mhm.
mental issues. It's
Oh,
I've heard that. I've heard that.
okay.
That's why I don't see a whole lot of people. I don't actually see a whole lot of people with Dalmatians, but I've
That's good.
heard that they tend to have mental issues as they get older. And then
Okay.
yeah, and it says something about the breed or something like that. But I also heard like it's good if you're gonna get a litter, get it out of
The
the
first litter,
first.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree,
yeah,
yes, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So oh my gosh, it's so
Mhm.
crazy these things with
I
animals.
know. For well
So we gotta think of a book to write together, but I would really like it would have been kind of cool to somehow bring the whole endurance and like the stories we used to write when we were younger and bring that together as one, some kind of scene. That would be interesting.
Hello, guys. Today we will be talking about a story called Pitbull Tales Growing Up. Now let's continue. Pitbull Tales is a fun story about a puppy named King. This is a great book for the whole family. King is mischievous and playful because once his parents leave, he gets a little bored. He once teared a big hole in the bedspread. He told King that he was a bad dog. You know better. You don't do that. After that, King was put in timeout, probably because he ripped a big hole in the bedspread. When King's dad arrived home, he was not happy. If you want to see the ending of the book, then get the book. I can't tell you the ending. What kind of book review would that be? Well, If you want my opinion on this book, I give this book 5 stars. It held my attention with good illustration. Every pet loving family should have a copy of this book. Bye-bye.
Your publishing process. How did you go about, like, what platform did you choose for publishing, and what was your experience?
I did a self-on-demand company called
Mhm.
Exuberous, and
Mhm. Mhm.
so wrote the story, and they did the editing process,
Yeah.
and also they did the illustrations.
Nice.
And once that, then I paid them.
Mhm.
I did a package deal with them. The
Mhm.
package
Mhm.
deal was at the time $1,300 or $1,400, and
Mhm. Mhm.
the book, a web page, bookmarks, postcards. It had a whole package, and
Right.
also once it's complete, then they provide me with copies, and it's on Amazon and also on Barnes and Noble,
Mhm.
and you get a percentage of the sales. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, and they gave me the opportunity to, I guess, purchase my rights, but I was
Okay.
like, kind of haven't done that yet. So
Yeah.
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 But yeah, that was the opportunity that I had. I went with them the first time, so
Mhm.
I decided to go with them the second time, and I just felt like it was an easy process because they what you want is what they give you.
Yeah.
So I went with
Okay.
that. So the process was easy, and I personally, if I could do it again, I
Mhm.
would want to self-publish.
Self-publish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of them owning, the rights.
Yeah, that's always the issue I have.
Mhm.
Um, you're going to hear all the videos. Everybody gives some really great advice um in all the shows.
Mhm.
And one of the great advice that I heard was that every self-published author should have their own independent publishing company.
That's
And
right.
yeah, yeah, and it made a lot of sense when she broke it
Mhm.
down. It made a lot of sense. So that's something. I mean, I'm starting with my youngest,
Okay.
and yeah, but I do have issues with, like, I okay, even me, if I was to start, like, right now it's just going to be publishing my own books,
Right.
but I don't think I ever want to own the rights to another author's work. And
Yes.
I don't
That.
know. Yeah, I feel like I don't mind teaching them how to self-publish. I don't mind supporting them. I don't
Mhm.
mind marketing their book and everything, but I actually don't want to own the rights to their book. I feel like that's your baby. That's like me coming and taking your baby. You gave birth to it and I show
Exactly.
up. Take
I
your baby.
agree. And then you come and you take it. Yes, I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah, and say,
You know.
okay, you want your baby back, you're gonna have to pay me.
Right. But the thing with this company that I
Mhm.
liked about it was they had what you would call not a distribution package, but it was more along the lines of they market the book for you, and they
Yeah,
send it
yeah.
to different distribution channels.
Yeah.
And in that process, I did get a call from a gentleman from a company that wanted to turn the book into a cartoon, which is also one of my visions.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a profitable moment.
Mhm.
That's in the works, but
Mhm.
that definitely was something that I said, okay, that was a good um a good turn or stance.
Right,
Yeah,
right. And that was one of the points that she brought up. She said that when you have your book under a publishing company, it kind of opens up more doorways
it
for their
does.
book. Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Hmm.
her reasoning for it, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot
Yeah,
of sense.
because I've had a couple of companies contact me. I
Mhm.
just, would like to weigh my options first.
Right,
And, I prayed about it too because I want to make sure that I'm making the right decision and I'm
right,
not just going with available choice.
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. So I don't know. I think that's great. I've heard of that company before, and I didn't hear anything bad. I heard good things about them.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say they're pretty good. I cannot lie or say, "Oh no, they're terrible," because
Yeah.
they follow up. They're very they respond within a decent time frame. They're very professional, very
Wow.
nice. They're very patient.
Yeah.
I like them, and their customer service I think is excellent.
It's excellent.
You
Okay.
know, and of course, everywhere you have your little glitches,
Right.
but for the most part, they are very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah,
yeah.
the company I went with, um, they they didn't do any editing and they didn't tell me this until like
Oh,
the day before it was already ready to be set to be released. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I was pissed. Like
I would
I didn't
be.
know. Yeah, so after that experience, I learned I'm going to learn every single thing I can possibly learn about publishing,
Yeah.
and I started learning how to do so I ended up learning how to format my own book, do my
Mhm.
own book cover, all the things that you need to do for your book. I learned how
Right.
to do it, and I started publishing it too. And so that was my process, but because of that one incident, that one
Right.
bad start, I had to like I'm now still trying to fix the mistakes from way back then.
Right,
So
and the thing because that's what it sometimes what it takes is that one bad experience to say, "Okay, I'm gonna
mhm.
do this on my own now. I'm gonna learn this." So,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
that's actually great. At least I
yeah,
know who I can go to for my formatting.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I could format this,
No,
and I
I'm
got.
not gonna do any of that. I just what I did was I wrote it, I put it in
Mhm.
paragraph format, and
Yeah.
I kept, and submitted it and had them do the rest.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so like I would eventually like to open up something where I do something like that for other authors, but I don't think I don't want to own the rights, or I'll have it something where the if I do own the rights, it'd be temporary, like a year, one
Okay.
year, you know, and we market, do it, and then
Mhm.
after that year, you get the rights to your book back, no charge.
And
That's
you know
something
what?
that I would do.
That's a
Hmm.
great idea.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's because I'm an author, and
Yeah,
you treat somebody the way you want to be treated.
absolutely, totally.
Yeah. So well, I want to talk about
Mhm,
a collaboration, which I think is a good conversation because there's a lot of other authors who come together and they write a book together. Now, I haven't written a book with anyone. No, I have not written a book with anyone. I've had a lot of people,
me either.
say, "Oh, let's write a book together," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know."
Okay,
I don't know.
no.
I
Yeah,
think I think we have to get along. Like I wouldn't even think twice about writing a book with you, right? Because we
right.
pretty much yeah, we started together.
Right, that is true. Yes, we did.
Yeah. But what I had did a book signing years ago in North Carolina, and this
Mhm,
husband and wife, they wrote books together, and their book was really interesting. They
mhm.
wrote books like kind of like murder mysteries,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
yeah, but the way that they did it, their technique was really cool, and I've always wanted to try this with somebody. So you let me know if this is something you'd want to try.
Oh,
So
definitely,
yeah,
absolutely.
it was cool. So they were in separate rooms, or were they in separate rooms? Or at
Mhm.
separate times. They didn't write at the same time. So, like, for
Okay.
example, she would either write a scene or a
Mhm.
chapter. I think it
Okay.
was a scene. And then she would leave and he would come in and continue that scene. And
Okay.
then she has to
Yeah.
go back read what he wrote. And then, like that's
Then
how they
finish
would
it
do
out.
their
Yeah,
book.
yeah.
And I'm like,
I
that's kind of cool
yeah,
because
I like it.
yeah, you don't know where it's gonna go.
Right. Because you have 2 people with 2 different mindsets
Right.
feeding off of each other.
Yeah, that
Yes.
I think that would be cool. I think that's something we should probably try
I
to
am
do.
definitely game with that.
I definitely. My only thing is, I want to do it with my Med and my Celia.
Oh boy, here comes Med and Mycelia again. Okay. I mean, nowadays with the different names that everybody has, I
No,
don't see
no.
why not.
I I still wouldn't. I still don't think somebody should name their kid Mycelia. It's
Yeah,
yeah,
some kind of
it's a fungus. You don't want to name your child.
yeah. I was trying to be nice, but yeah.
Yeah, you're so funny.
Yeah. I'm like,
You're like, really?
I'm like, that's like so. Mm.
Yeah, so but I think that would be cool. But yeah, I love their process. And she's that lady was cracking me up because she was saying if the FBI ever got a hold of her laptop,
Yeah, they would be like, okay,
what is
we're
going
gonna
on
ask
here?
you some questions.
Yeah. She said for a long time her friend stopped eating at her house because she was researching ways to kill people
Yeah.
with plants in your garden.
But you know what? That is an excellent way. That's an excellent writer because you're
Yeah.
doing your research.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
hopefully not planning it out, but
Yeah. You're not
yeah,
testing it.
yeah. Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's yeah. But no, that's an excellent idea, and I'm
Yeah.
definitely on board.
Okay.
We're definitely gonna have to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I like it.
I like, yeah, okay, awesome. See, God knows what he's doing.
Yes,
This
he
is just,
does.
yes, he does. He does. Because I every time I would talk about my book Endurance, I
That is
thought about
so
you.
cool. That is so
Yeah,
cool.
I thought about you because
I'm
I had some.
honored.
Yeah, I would tell people it wasn't for her shoving that notebook in my face saying, write with me.
It was when I was in the fifth grade is when I
Hmm.
actually started writing, and
Wow.
it would be so bad that I would hide underneath the blanket and write, and my
Hmm.
hand would be swollen, and my mom was like, "You have to stop." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, just let me write one more thing." She's like, "With what hand?" I'm like,
With what
"The
hand?
swollen one," you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about it all the way walking home from school. We were
Yes,
talking about our
all
books.
the way
Yep.
to middle school. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
I remember. I remember. We had so much fun writing.
Oh,
It,
we
it
did.
was
We did. And we
yeah.
get a lot of people on board, and
Yep.
they're like, "You guys are boring. Move."
Yeah.
We were like, "Whatever."
Whatever.
Like,
I loved it. I loved it. But yeah, and it's funny that when I finally did come back to when I started to write it again, I never I don't tell too many people, but I almost threw up on the keyboard. I
oh,
don't know. It was weird. My first
oh,
time, and it's now my sister was the one that told me, April, you gotta write. You gotta write a book. I really think you should write a book. And I was like, I don't even know what to write about.
and she's right.
Yeah, and she kept pushing me, pushing me, pushing me to write. So finally I sat down and I had like a desktop computer and I
Mhm.
sat down and I started writing this story about a woman named Dolores and who she's in an abusive
George
relationship.
Claiborne.
Yeah. She's in an abusive relationship
Mhm.
and she's getting abused and it's a night that her kids she finally built up the guts to sneak they snuck away enough money and stuff and had secret bags. She had two daughters, Promise and
Right.
Prudence. And
Oh boy, prudent.
yeah, I named them, yeah. I was
I knew
still on it with them names.
you're gonna throw me a curveball. I knew it. Mhm.
she named she named her kids Promise and Prudence.
Oh
And
boy.
then you weren't there to stop me, okay?
Yeah, I would have been like,
No.
let's kind of change that. Mm.
But
Now, is
that's
this story already out or
yeah, so now Endurance has it's a series and it
okay?
has I'm working on the seventh book in the series.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But I'm revising. I want to revise all of them. Um,
Okay.
it was like for me, my publishing journey was an experience. I don't really wish on anybody, but
I
I
noticed the way
learned a
that you
lot.
said it. Yeah.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot, but I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But yeah, so I'm revising all my books. I mean,
Mhm.
they're great stories. I don't really have a complaint with it. Like honestly, there's nothing I haven't changed anything. I'm revising it. I haven't changed anything in the storyline. It's more like developmental editing. So basically
Okay.
things that I
Well, this is
really
great.
wanted, yeah. So there's things that I really wanted to express in my writing that I didn't
Mhm.
know how at that
Right.
time. I didn't know how to express it or show
Mhm.
it. And so now that I've been writing for 10 years steadily, now
Right.
I know how to do that. So now I'm looking back at
Okay.
my earlier work. But I have almost I think I have more than 16 like fictional books.
Oh,
And then
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have one called Demented. I
Uh-oh.
have one called Feral. I
Mm.
have a trilogy I was working on. I only got 2 books out of the trilogy done.
That's all right. It's in
Yeah.
a process.
Yeah. So
I'm
yeah,
actually
I
gonna
yeah.
have to catch up on the reading.
Yeah, we definitely have to do something together. We got to. There's no
I'm
way.
ready.
This happened for a reason.
Of course. And if we only knew prior,
Wow. Yeah. And I always said that. I always said, I hope she wrote. I hope she writes because I'm like, it'd be a shame if she hasn't published a book.
well, it's a process. You know how that goes.
Yeah, it
And
is.
once you get writer's block or whatever, it's
Mhm.
like to try to get back into it can be
Yeah.
difficult.
Well,
But like,
what do you do for writer's block?
um, basically, first try to pray.
Mhm.
And then I'll sit down for a little bit and I'll listen to something to give me some kind of inspiration. And if I
Right.
feel it, then I write it. If I don't, I don't push it
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it's just not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll pray first, definitely. And
Yeah.
and then if it flows, I'm like, okay, I'll let it flow. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll write some poems
Mhm.
also, and you know,
Yeah. Oh wow. That is so cool. Yeah. So I don't do too much poems. I do some
Mhm.
poems, but it's
Yeah,
just really only when I'm inspired.
right,
That's it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. If
It's
I'm not inspired, I'm not doing it.
inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. And with writer's block, what I found what works for me
Mhm.
is I always look at it as just stress. It's just stress. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I might drink some tea, pray,
yeah,
of course.
of
Yeah, that is
course.
good.
Yeah.
Drink some tea, just relax for a little bit. And
Mhm.
then for me, music has been something that really like helped me in my writing. Like
I
so
agree
there's
with you on that.
there's certain songs that it's
Yeah.
like it plays and it's like a song is just speaking to you, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you on that because I'm definitely a music person. I
Yeah.
love music. And depending, like you said, on the song, it'll get me going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I have my little playlist, and I'll put that on. And there's certain times I can't hear any music while I'm writing, and other times the music helps.
Right.
I can't explain
It's
it.
the mood. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Mhm.
there's times when I had to turn the radio off. I'm like, no, I can't
Yeah,
focus.
like I can't just like no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, so I'm excited. We gotta write up something good,
We
something
will,
juicy.
definitely. Oh yeah. That do you remember Scott?
Huh? What was that?
Lyndon Scott?
Lyndon Scott.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Well, he's into writing as well.
yes.
I
He
kind of
was.
let teach him a little bit.
Mhm.
But he's definitely an excellent writer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to push him into that direction. But
Yeah.
he definitely is somebody that we could collaborate with as far as writing
That'd
because
be
he
a good one.
definitely has the skill.
That's a good one. You know,
Definitely,
we
yes.
could do a nice little like Jamaican Haitian Trini kind of collabo.
Okay, let's a collaboration. Yes,
Right, right. You know,
yeah,
because something's cool about where we grew up in South Florida. You
yes.
had a melting pot of the whole diaspora of the Caribbean
Hmm.
was there.
Hmm.
And I tell people about this because I'm in Alabama, so
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
It's Bama,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. The Bama.
Bama.
Mhm.
So their melting pot's not so much of a melting pot, but
Yeah, it's small. So
it's
yeah.
small. It's small. But
Hmm.
that's something I've always like as especially since I moved to other places. I moved to Orlando. I was living in Orlando for a minute.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I moved to Colorado for about a year or two, and
Hmm.
then now I'm here in Alabama. But um, one thing I always love, still, I think Florida is still Orlando's my favorite place to live. But
Okay.
South Florida, what I loved about South Florida is just how we grew up, how we had all these different, you
Yeah, it's
know,
a melting pot.
it was a melting pot. You
Yeah,
had Guyanese, you had all these different
everybody. Yeah,
everybody, and we all just I don't know. There was just something about it
yeah,
that's something
yeah.
I stuck with me.
And it's something that you'll never forget.
No, no,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so true. That is so true. So it was one of the beauty things, and that's why when you read Endurance, you're gonna see it. There's a lot of the Trinidad and just the melting
The
pot, the culture.
culture, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well,
So
I will be reading it.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah. So I'm excited about this whole process.
Me too.
So how has I mean, I know it's been a little chaotic. This is our first time doing this author challenge,
Hmm.
getting it all together.
Yeah,
Uh, Originally, it was going to be called the Book Susu.
yeah. That's the reason why I knew. I said, okay, well, this person has to be from the Caribbean
Right.
because so
That's
so.
that's our stuff. Susu, that's
Yeah,
our stuff.
that's what
Yeah.
we do. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. That's why I was like, I'm game for it, and it was an excellent idea.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
You
It was.
know,
I mean,
and
and mhm.
no, sorry, I was gonna say, I immediately emailed you and was like, this is an excellent idea,
Yeah. It's
and
so
we
good.
just were collaborating and communicating back and forth from then.
Yeah. Never knew. And then hear me talking about you on other videos.
Oh, okay. And I can't wait till I tell my sister because
Yeah.
back then she
Yeah.
knew that you and I were writing. She's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I gotta send you a copy. When I get
Yeah.
the revision done, I want to send you a printed copy. I send you and your
Okay,
sister a
well,
printed copy.
even
Yeah.
if you send me a printed copy, I would still like to purchase only to support.
Okay.
Because
Thank you. Huh?
authors, we need to support each other.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that's what this whole challenge is about, is supporting each
Right.
other.
Right.
So, because there's too many of us, like I watch a lot of these groups, and literally it's like they have a author group, and they just throw their book in there and leave.
Yeah.
And I've
Yeah.
seen
I've
like,
seen that. Yeah.
yeah, you're asking questions or whatever, and you're just getting crickets. Like,
Right. Right. Because sometimes they maybe don't know the answer or they're too busy.
yeah,
You know.
they
Yeah.
literally just dumped and run, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I agree, and that's what I really want to see us authors work together. And
I
so
absolutely agree.
yeah, I think it makes all the difference. And like right now, and I think with the economy the way that it is, and
Mhm.
everything that's
Mhm.
going, everybody's looking for something to do.
Correct.
Our literacy in America is really bad. It's really
I
low.
totally agree because people do not read like they should,
No.
and either they don't have the time, and then
Hmm.
a lot of bookstores have closed down. So
Yeah.
it's disheartening because our young kids are not getting what it is that they need, and
Yes.
used to be, essential,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
should still be.
Yeah. 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 I'm trying to keep my daughter into reading, and but if even if I have to get her into writing, I'm trying to get her to write a book with me. So we're working
That
on a
would be
book.
cool.
Yeah, we're working on a book. She likes to do the whole gotcha club stuff.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, yeah.
yeah, so she's
Everybody
she's
has their
I
genre.
yeah, and she's putting stories together. She is having her own little stories, but they're very short little snippets. So,
Which is
but
good
no,
too. Yeah.
yeah, it gets her started. Get her
Yeah.
started. I'm gonna throw her in the deep end, like you threw me in the deep end.
Yeah.
that that was crazy. But yeah, oh gosh, I'll never forget. Like that day replays in my head a lot. Like when you came to me, you're like, "Oh, just try it." I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna write about. I
I'm
ain't got
like,
nothing to write about. And I sat there. I sat there in science class.
oh
That's
yeah, it
why.
was
That's
science class.
that's how she ended up with mycelia.
Yeah, that's true. T9. I
Yep.
think you were in T9 and mycelia
Yeah. Yeah.
fungus came about.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, for somebody who doesn't have a lot to write about, this is a lot of pages.
Yes, you said. She did.
I'm looking
You
like,
did.
okay.
She
I'm
said
like,
she
look
had
at
nothing to write
this.
about.
Yeah, I was like, this is 12 pages. Okay. Hmm. In a short
Mm,
period of time, might I add?
right. Yes. Do you
See?
know? I wrote my when I really sat down to write my book, like for real, for real.
Mhm.
I wrote it in
Yeah.
3 weeks. I wrote
Oh,
yeah, I wrote it in 3 weeks. And it was let me tell you, when he said that book was in you, it was in me. It was all there. I just had to
yeah.
get it out.
Yeah.
But and that
That
scene I was
sounds
telling you
excellent.
about, yeah. And that scene I was telling you about with Dolores and the abused mother and Promise and Prudence,
Yeah.
I didn't write that. I didn't write that book. It's a fourth book in the series. that story
Oh,
plays
okay,
out. Isn't
okay,
that
okay.
crazy?
I mean, hey, if it's there, it's there. That's
There-
where that flow comes in.
yeah. So yeah, I will definitely. but yeah, I'm working on. You want me formatting? I do formatting. I
Oh
like
yeah,
formatting. I
I'm
have a
a
different
writer.
style. Yeah. So I have a different style of formatting,
Hmm.
but I'll tell you about it after the show. I won't talk about
Okay,
it because
okay,
it's unique.
okay, that's fine. Unique stands out.
Yep. Oh my gosh. So what have you learned from this writing journey that you've been on?
That there are different styles of writing, and people. Some people are looking for information. Some people are looking for comedy, a healing process. And when we put our words on paper, it
Mm,
changes people's lives, whether big or small.
yeah.
So for me, when I wrote this, I was looking at it from the aspect of trying to show people a different way to look at pit bulls because, like
Yeah.
you said, they have that bad reputation.
Yeah.
So to show the fun-loving way, and let it to be funny at the same time, that was what I learned, to share with people because they
Yeah.
also had information in there for somebody. It may
Right.
not be for you, but it could be for a friend or what have you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is true. And I always ask, okay, with writing, I ask this question to everybody who writes.
Mhm.
Do your characters speak to you?
If my character doesn't speak to me, then there's no reason for him to be in the book.
See, this is why. This is why.
You know why? Because so if the character isn't speaking to me, it's not going to speak to my audience.
That's right. That is
So,
right.
I try to make it interesting. And if I feel that it's not, and if it's not speaking to me, I'm going to revise it until I get it right.
Yes.
You know.
I see now, and see now I'm thinking, I wonder, is that where I got it from? Because for me, like the characters have to speak to me. They got
Absolutely. Yeah. Because
I
think about it. You're writing something, and
hmm
if it's not speaking to you, who is it going to speak to?
yeah, yeah.
You know.
And I want to say I wouldn't be surprised if we had this conversation when we were in middle school. Because I know like we used to dream about our characters? Dream
Yes.
about our stories? See.
Yes.
See.
And then
That's
remember we would be at lunch, and then
yeah.
not at lunch we were on the phone, and
Yes.
I would go to your house.
Yes.
We would be like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's change this
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
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 And we would
That
bounce ideas off of each other saying, well,
yes.
what do you think about this? So
Yes.
yeah, I
I
remember
remember
that.
because you were I had people are gonna laugh. The original story, Ned and Mycelia
That in my
right? They were like really young. They were like 13 or 14, living on their own. And I remember you're like, legally.
well, I was just like, that was the paralegal in me at the time.
Yes, yes.
I just
Legally,
had,
that's not
yeah,
possible. Yeah.
yeah, I had that passion, so I'm like, let me just follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and what happened so from you informing me that legally that's really not possible, that's where his uncle comes in. And it's like, okay, it's
Mm,
the uncle's house and he's letting him live there. And it's like,
right.
and
We
this
had
is
to
what,
spin it off.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yep.
see, this is why writers need to have a lot of writer friends because, you know, it's nice to be able to have this conversation. I try to have
Mhm.
this conversation with someone who doesn't write. They look at me like I'm an alien. They just, I don't,
I totally understand that
yeah, they're
because
like, "Mhm,
if that's a conversation that you try to have about anything or any passion that you have, and
yeah,
another person is not passionate, you're talking to yourself.
yes, yes,
I've
yes,
learned that. And with
yeah.
a lot of different things, like a lot of different passions that we have, if somebody doesn't share it with us, we are wasting our time.
We're wasting our time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
I learned. I think one of the biggest things I learned is when you start writing, you start really pushing your books out there. You start to really see who's really for you and who's really against you. That
absolutely.
that was a hard
Absolutely.
lesson. Yeah.
And you know what? I will say through the
Hmm.
journey, each journey that I've had with book, because the first one, I was blessed where
Hmm.
I had my job. I had contractor pay.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, you froze. Let me see. Oh, it froze again. Phones are getting mad at us. Mm. And now you have my cell phone, my iPhone. Can you bring it, please? Thank you. What did Uncle Johnny say?
Does your mom know anything about the soap? I forgot what the rest was.
Oh.
I think it was that. He said he'll send you a picture. I think that's
Oh.
what
Oh. Okay.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That thing
I
that's my internet
forgot
when
what
I
I
move.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. That's fine.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, what were we saying?
Um, I don't remember.
Yeah. Reaching that age.
Well, I know I passed it. I passed it.
I go sit down. She got a. The kids love the camera.
I think I don't remember what we were talking about.
I know, right?
Okay.
We're talking about. Oh, I said that's when you write and you start publishing your books. That's when you start. Shut the lights off on.
Yeah.
That's when you start learning. That's when you
Who
start
your
learning. Yeah.
supporters are.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that because, as I was saying prior, I had my job where I worked at previously. The contractor paid, so that was a blessing. And
Mhm.
now, where I'm financially stable, I was able to do it the way I wanted to.
Right.
And all my family, my
Mhm.
friends, my coworkers, they support me 100%.
Oh, I
And
love that.
anything that I do, and I'm just blessed like that. So I'm
Yeah,
happy.
that's good.
So I'm definitely happy.
Yeah, yeah. That. Oh wow. Yeah, that's good. That is.
Mhm.
I love that. I mean, the whole writing experience is. I love. I love what I went through because of what I learned,
Right,
and now I can help others. And I can tell other people what to look out for and things like that. And
right,
it was all worth it. So I always say, God puts you through things for a reason. So
absolutely. I agree.
I I feel this is just me saying. I
Hmm.
feel this is a very good sign. I just find it funny the timing. The
Oh
timing is interesting to me because like I said, endurance had a rough start. And maybe because I named May Mycelia and this is karma that I'm paying
yeah, the fungus, the fungus.
the fungus.
Yeah,
Maybe this is karma, okay? But
it's saying
yeah, I done I done pissed off that character. She's like, "You're gonna piss me."
right.
But I find it crazy that the very person that was there at the very beginning, I'm seeing now when I'm ready to what I call republish this book,
Right.
and yeah, it's about to have a rebirth.
I'm
Yeah,
excited for you. Congratulations.
thank
I'm so
you,
happy for you, and you deserve it.
thank
You know.
you, thank you. I it's just so crazy, girl. When you see it, when we release all of them, you're gonna be like, "Wait, she talking about me?"
Well, I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. I was just so that was like that is so cool. But I always when I published that first book and I was like, because of Val.
Aw. Aw. I
That
can't
that
wait.
was,
I'm excited.
you were my inspiration for
Well,
getting that
thank
book out.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
excited.
because I didn't know nothing, like I said, and it was a it's something simple as you're just teaching me how to lay out, how to do the layout, and it was so funny. And I sat there, I don't have nothing to write about, and then I wrote like what you said, like 10, 12 pages.
It's no, it was 12 pages. 12 pages. And that was the beginning.
That was just the beginning. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I wish, like, I lost all my notebooks. I wish I had them. I really do.
I
I
don't
lost
know if
all.
you remember
Mhm.
back in high school or elementary, I'm not sure. I'd
Mhm.
studied Forbidden Depths of Passion.
I remember. That sounds familiar.
I wrote like 3 books and I threw them all out because I didn't feel like the characters were speaking to me. And I
Wow.
regret it now because I think if I had the patience,
Mhm.
it would have been a book that would have been out there by now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I learned from Endurance
Hmm.
is that that story is still in you. It's still there.
I agree. Yeah.
It's still there because it what surprised me when and the same thing when I came to write again, I was like, I don't know what to write about. I started writing that story about the lady and I got nauseous so bad and like
Hmm.
hot
Hmm.
flashes that I
Yeah.
ran away from my laptop because I was about to throw up all over my keyboard and I don't know what that is. So now
That
when I
was the story trying to come out.
yes, amen. And it was I read and then it scared me so much I didn't write for another month. I didn't even try to write for another. It scared me.
You're like,
I'm like, there's
"Okay,
something wrong with me.
right. Well, no, I mean, I'm glad you did
Yeah.
work it out because guess what? Now, look where you are now. I'm really
Yeah.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Mm.
I'm proud of you too. I can you really did. You really were all about that whole lawyer business.
And you know what? I still am. I'm very passionate about it.
Yeah.
I still do. I do divorces and immigration.
Mhm.
Um, and I try to help people as much as I can, and
Yeah.
also give them information so that way they can learn. I don't want to just do it for you, but I want you to learn
Well,
also.
yeah. Yeah,
And
definitely.
with that process is writing in there. So writing
Right.
letters, emotions. So I'm still practicing writing, trying to
Right.
still build. And when I met my boss, he became my boss about 2 years ago.
Mhm.
He has this eloquent speech and
Mm.
his writing capabilities are awesome.
Wow.
And so when I listen to him talk and speech, because he went to school for broadcast as well,
Mhm.
so I'm learning a lot from him also.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's like it goes hand in hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Well, it was it was great talking to you. I
Yes.
had a lot of fun, and we are definitely going to keep in touch.
Yes.
You know what? And see, I didn't save anyone's number because I didn't want to intrude.
No, well, you know what? What I'll do is when we get off, I'll
Mhm.
email you my number and vice
Okay.
versa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm so
Okay.
happy. We got to talk. We got to do a
I
book together.
know.
We got to do
It was
something. We got to have
exciting.
something going together.
I
Yeah.
know we will
Yes.
definitely. We're
Yes.
gonna
That'd
make
be
it
great.
happen. And thank you for interviewing me.
You're welcome. I'm so
All right.
happy. I'm so happy. Oh
I
my
am
god.
too. I'm excited.
All right. So I'll
All
keep
right.
you posted. I'm supposed to send out an email to the group. So I'll
Okay.
keep you posted on our next steps. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. God bless, and
You're
we will talk soon.
wel- Okay. Bye
Okay.
bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.